All right, guys, so I have the perfect example, okay, the perfect example of a max ECU saving a bike. Okay, now this is on a dyno, so just ignore that. Okay, this bike had a major issue happen. So I'm gonna show you something quick. See that target error? See that duty cycle on the secondary? That ain't even the worst of it. Let me get select channel. Get rid of a couple of these things on here so you can see a little better. Scooch over here. There we go. Now, let me spin y'all around. Get rid of this flash because it's going to make it really hard for y'all to see. All right. So, this is just the fuel duty cycle. See something wrong there? So this bike had a catastrophic failure that would have killed the engine. We are at 337% secondary duty cycle and 140.9% primary duty cycle. It just saved it. Okay? So what happened? It's a good question. It's the first time I've ever had this happen. All right? The threads on the fuel pressure regulator blew out. So on top of that is pressurized with boost pressure. It blew the threads out of the cap and blew the bolt out, which dropped the base pressure to nothing. 0. So the only thing that was doing anything was the boost, and there wasn't even that much. So it dropped to almost no fuel pressure. I think as low as this goes is like 20. So it went down to 20 psi of fuel pressure when it should have been at like 70. The motor's still in one piece. The air fuel at that run at the peak, 0.87. Come on, move. 0.81, 0.82. That's 12 to 1. That max just saved that bike from a catastrophic failure that had nothing to do with the tuning, nothing to do with the, well, at least as far as I know, the installation. It doesn't seem like it. It just blew the threads out. So I'll get an AEM cap for that regulator and put a new bolt in it, and, well, it'll come with a bolt. And, the problem will be solved, but this is why I suggest max ECU, or at least a standalone of some sort. Fuel Tech will save it the same. On every turbo bike, a Power Commander bike with that same failure, even on that short dyno pull, would have blown the fuck up. So, just a little plug there. This is actually a Ryan Schnitz plug and play. I prefer the Boost by Smith plug and play. Greg's awesome and his plug and plays are amazing. But there you go, guys. That is why. I've also had a nitrous bike that had the same issue happen, but it was this stupid little donut, wherever the hell I have them. I got one around here somewhere. I don't even know where I have it. But there's a little donut that goes on top of the fuel pump. Blew out of that one, and it dropped fuel pressure. And that was a Fuel Tech bike, and it dumped a shitload of duty cycle into it too to save it, and kept the air fuel happy all the way down the track, even though he was spraying 70 shot of nitrous. So, there you go, guys. Another tragedy averted. This is turning into a baby version of Problem Child, but not that bad. It's making good power. You saw from my last video. Later, guys.